Well, it's really a shame what happened to Ben. He's no longer with us. No, I'm just kidding. Today we have Adam sitting in. You ready to roll?
I think I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Windsor Time channel. Today we are joined by not Ben, but he's gotten Ben's very comfy seat. We're joined by Adam, our NORQAIN Ambassador in the store.
Yes.
How's it going, man?
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We needed some real talent, I think, in this seat, so we've now, leveled up.
Yes. Ben's some big shoes to fill, but I love this brand, and I'm happy to kind of go over and talk about it. So.
Absolutely. Awesome. So we will get into a brief history of NORQAIN and then what we have on the desk, as is customary, because I know you definitely watch all the videos. What is on the wrist today?
Yes. So today I have the Freedom 60. It was a limited edition to 300 pieces. It is a beautiful ice blue. One thing I love about NORQAIN is they do color the date window to the dial.
Oh, that's cool. I've never noticed that before.
And then on the grate, the engraving, I actually did its coordinates to my parents' house back home. So,
very cool.
Just
awesome.
a nice memory of my family that I miss. So
yeah.
I kind of always have it on the wrist so I can think about them.
The plate is very cool, and that's something they've done, I believe, kind of from the start, correct?
Yeah.
On a lot of their stuff.
Yep, and it takes about a week, and we can engrave whatever you want. Even one of our colleagues did something with a full script, so we can do up to 20 words
on that plate.
Yes,
wow.
It's quite impressive. We actually use his plate to show a lot of the consumers what they actually can do, and obviously the smaller you do, the better the print, and the more you can see it.
You need like a microscope or something to read it.
Yes.
Like it sounds pretty small.
Yeah.
But, awesome. Well, it's summer, so I have the Mark 20 on a fun NATO today.
Beautiful.
From Strap Habit and Standard H, a cool collab that they did. Blue dial, 5-day power reserve. And really just, we've talked about this piece quite a bit. You have some IWC in your collection as well.
One of my favorite pieces.
Such a comfortable piece and just goes with everything. I kind of went for like a casual Bond-esque aesthetic today with the suit with the polo.
It looks great.
So this
and I love you throw it on the NATO too. I think it
Yeah.
gives us such a different look. And like I said, screw down crown, 120-hour power reserve. It's for the price point, it's a tough watch to beat.
It is, absolutely. All right, so before we get into this, NORQAIN was founded in roughly 2018 and then launched in 2019. I was talking to Ben actually on the way over here to film this, and he was saying, we were with them the first like 3 to 5 retailers to pick them up.
Yeah.
He saw them at, rest in peace, Baselworld, right before COVID. They weren't actually in Baselworld because they didn't have the budget. They were just outside in like a small office.
Which is so cool to see where they've come.
It is, and we'll put some shots up on the screen now. Their Watches and Wonders booths are so cool.
Yeah.
And in the world of, a lot of brands do just behemoth things for their booths, but I think the fun that they really interject into their booth with like a ski chalet or whatever it may be on that year.
Yeah. Well, and most people are visual too. So to have a wild one with the touch screen and 40 different configurations that you can build right on the spot, I think is genius. And then, like you said, the little ski chutes that go up, they've come a long way.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So like I said, started in 2018, rolled out in 19. We were one of the first people to pick them up. But then it's really cool in 2022. So there was a lot of great stuff before then.
Yeah.
But 2022, Jean-Claude Biver and Ben, who's their co-CEO, what's his title? He's not the full brand president or something like that.
Yeah, he's a big shareholder with them.
Yeah, large shareholder. Met him several times. Incredibly kind guy. They launched the Wild One, which is now, a huge percentage of their sales, a true modern day sports watch. And I guess just we're talking about it now, so that's kind of the brief history. Let's just dive in.
Yeah.
You were showing these both to me right before, so we have 2 Wild Ones. One is a skeleton and one is a closed case. So let's start out with the skeleton. Tell me about this guy.
Yeah, so they are great. Every single watch in the NORQAIN collection also has screw-down crown. So you get 100 meters on every single watch, cost certified as well. This one has a 40-hour power reserve to it, but 5,000 G-force. So
It's insane.
just to kind of put that into a visual is basically, and of course I'm going to use a golf reference because I love golf. It's setting it up on a tee and taking a full swing with your driver, hitting it, and the movement would still be functional and still run. So.
And you can't say it, but I think I can say allegedly they may or may not have the same case manufacturer for this as Richard Mille, possibly, allegedly. Not advertised. But
so they go through the BWE factory. So a lot of the straps and casings are actually help perform through the BWE. So,
which is insane. And I mean, the cost on this, you're under, what is this, 6,000?
Yeah, so under 7, it's about 6,700.
Incredible value.
Great value. Now they have deployants too. So some of the bigger guys that couldn't fit it on the a Tang loop, now you have a deployant that actually will extend to fit their wrist, which is great. Every year they're innovating something that's even better for the watch. So.
Yeah, how cool. And then when we go to the closed dial, what are the differences with this guy?
Yeah, so I was mentioning the skeletons, you get the 40-hour power reserve. With the closed dials, you actually get kinesis movement. So you get a 70-hour power reserve with the shock resistant. And just a little TED note, if you're looking in the NORQAIN collection, you can always tell with the smiley. The smiley is always the verse thing of the kinesis movement, and you can always flip over and see the exhibition back and see the smiley face on it. That will tell you that it's kinesis, full 70-hour power reserve with the 5,000 G-force.
That's awesome. Very cool.
And this one specifically is very special because it is part of the butterfly effect. So 10% of all proceeds actually go to wildlife and helping protect the wildlife. So
this is durable enough for golf, and this is durable enough if you're interacting with like lions and stuff, like all the campaign stuff. It's just so cool.
It's amazing. Rock climbing, whatever you're into, it's they're the perfect sports watches, what they say.
Well, and it's so cool, with their carbon composite cases that they do, the color that they have on this, I think is just so cool, and that kind of dark, rich brown. It's cool to see how they kind of play with material science in their pieces. Even just outside of dials into cases in case.
Well, and it's funny because we talk about it all the time is, you throw a black rubber strap on that, it gives it a completely different look.
For sure.
But it is unique that they make that certain rubber for that certain watch as well. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's talk about hockey. As a Hurricanes fan, it's been a good year for that. So
perfect time to talk about
absolutely.
NHL
so
watch.
Beginning of this year, NORQAIN pinned a deal to be the official luxury watch provider of the National Hockey League, the NHL. And this watch is a reflection of that. What are we looking at here?
So. Something really cool about this watch is you get the second hands with 2 cross sticks that actually rotate as the seconds go. You get a day-date function, screw down crown, like I said, 100 meters, water resistant. But the coolest part is the rubber strap is actually made out of puck. So
no kidding. I was just thinking it feels a little bit different than your typical thing. Yeah.
So it's actually made out of the NHL pucks, and you get a puck when you buy the watch as well with a cool casing.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. So thank you, Sidney Crosby, to partnering and being a shareholder and giving us a big leap into the NHL and kind of taking over the ambassadorship.
Well, and I think what's so cool about this and the wild one, and then the dial color of the next one we're going to talk about is just, the Swiss watch industry, believe it or not, isn't always the most fun. It can be very buttoned up, very reserved, and some brands are just unapproachable to a lot of people, right?
Absolutely.
Even if they have the money, it's still something that is difficult to get into. So what I love about NORQAIN and what they've really done for the industry is I think they've just brought a sense of fun back to it, right? Like these are just fun watches. Some of these are very serious and you can wear every single day, but I mean, if you are looking for a unique, just cool thing, I mean, the Wild One is such a cool watch.
Well, and the best part is they really listen to us. They came out with a 42. Well, the women, they golf, they do active sports. They want to get into something as well, or a smaller wrist gentleman. Now they do them in 39s. So smaller dials, same composite casing, same, so those are great. Even, with the Adventure, they went into the 42s. They heard that they were a little bigger, so now they're going into the 40s. If you get on bracelet, they have the glide lock as well.
Oh, cool.
So you can adjust it to your wrist during the summer if you're swelling up. So they kind of do everything, and the dials are unbelievable.
So let's actually, while we're talking about the 40, such an incredible green on this.
Yeah.
And I love the contrasting green loom as well. So, like you said, this launched initially in a 40 or 42 and is now brought down to a 40.
Yeah.
I think the 42, from what I remember, I tried a few on. Like I said, got a 7-inch wrist, and it, felt good, but it was a bit on the large side. Now looking at this, it's so much more compact. That lug to lug is just incredible.
Yeah.
And it is now just seemingly, and even on the wrist, so much more balanced and versatile.
Well, yeah, they did like a basket weaving dial on the first generation. Now they're kind of doing these, looks like downward mountains kind of going throughout the dial.
I was trying to figure it out. Yeah.
It's
cool.
it's so cool, and the loom's amazing. And then, like I said, it's quick release on the rubbers as well, so you can change out those super easy without using tools.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like I said, they do a really good job of listening to the customers.
Well, and I think that's when you look at a lot of brands, especially in the Swiss watch industry, there's things that consumers will want, but because the brands are so large, right, it takes them a while to move that ship, if you will, change directions. But, with them coming up on 10 years now, it's just so cool to see how innovative and still reactive they can be to the market and what they want. Something as small as the quick release straps, I think, are so cool and just play so well into what consumers want now, and watch nerds like us.
And even listening to Ben, he's already planned for their 10-year anniversary and thinks it's going to be out of the park. And, so it's excitement to see over the years kind of their build and, what they've had planned for 10 years from now, and seeing it come into fruition is
absolutely
quite amazing.
All right, so we have one more watch left on the table that we haven't talked about, similar to the one on your wrists.
Yep.
What are we looking at here?
So Freedom 60. So this is one of the brands, one of the collections in their piece that have kind of fallen out, and they've brought it into life with their ice cream watch.
Yeah.
It's kind of been their most popular. I personally like these. I have the ice blue one on. Like I said, they did a limited 300 pieces.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of brings it. They did a peach as well that was limited to 300.
Yeah.
But the pistachio is a beautiful dial, and it's kind of the color of the year, as we were talking about, pistachio as well. And it's been a very popular color. But the cool thing is the ice cream watch, it's enjoy life. Everybody, life is busy, as we all see.
Right.
It's nice to kind of go through the days, and you have your date window, but on the 7th day of every week, you get an ice cream scoop that just says, take a break.
Yeah.
You've worked hard enough, kind of enjoy the day and not worry about stuff.
Yeah.
So, something as simple as just seeing on your date window is what we need in life, because we're always moving.
For sure. Well, and it brings it back to that fun of the rest of the collection, and then taking it a step farther. And I would even say, the Enjoy Life series is almost a brand within the brand at this point.
Absolutely.
Because those limited editions have such cachet. You see people like Mark Wahlberg wearing them.
Yes.
And getting into them.
And he's been a great
promoter
of the brand as well. And and the new sprinkles is super cool, because you have sprinkles on the dial, and then they actually make a rubber with sprinkles as well. Yep. And all those will loom and highlight the piece of the watch. So
so cool.
And they do different colorways on each sprinkle. And then, like I said, on the rubber, you'll get the same loom on the rubber as well. So it's just such a fun watch.
That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool. Anything else in closing you feel people should know about NORQAIN?
I just think, like we were saying, the brand, for as young as they are, they're a young, innovative group. They're all hungry, but they're super passionate. That's my favorite thing about the brand. Is everything from Emmanuel, who's one of the presidents, to our our rep and U.S. brand, to Charlie.
I was gonna say Charlie's awesome, and he was an enthusiast, and then got into the industry via them, and has just killed it. Yeah, he's awesome.
And hearing his passion every time he comes in, and his stories, it's great. And then the Hidinki podcast, really hearing Ben and how he doesn't care if he holds 100% in the company or 30%. He wants everybody to have the same vision. And, they're to 90 people now. And 3 boutiques, 2 in Switzerland and 1 in Singapore. So,
well, and I think even referencing that podcast, he was talking about when the Wild One came out, they weren't a company that had been around for hundreds of years that just had all the money in the world to do development on a piece like that, because the tooling is incredibly expensive when you start to go degrees outside of the normal, right?
Yeah.
So every different tooling they had to do added, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000.
Sure.
To that development cost. So, when they launched that in 2022, it was kind of a make or break for him, and thankfully it was a massive success, and I think will continue to be. But that's just the chances they're willing to take in the market.
Absolutely, and that's one of my favorite things is what he said is, Sydney and Stan Wawrinka, some of these guys that they have as ambassadors and shareholders, are coming at the end of their careers. And it's something where I think he said it perfect, where Sydney would see, the crisis of COVID or something come in, and it's an adrenaline rush, Them not playing hockey anymore, they kind of lose that, scoring a goal type feel. So them becoming these shareholders and pushing behind a brand like NORQAIN, it's so cool because you get to see the new product and push for it, and it brings a different level of excitement and adrenaline rush to them, and looks something after sports for them, which I think is fantastic, and I think they'll be with NORQAIN for the rest of their time. So.
Absolutely. I've learned so much during this. If you have the chance, come into our Charlotte store and check out the collection. I think it's one thing, to see all the different shots and things we've done today, but to get to truly see these in the metal, I think is really special. Adam would be more than happy to walk you through. Well, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Ben will be back in the next episode. If you haven't already, watch our $10,000 watch collection video that went live a couple weeks ago. We had some fun there, and that's something that we will iterate on in the future. But thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.